The climatic process on our planet do not stop for a minute. One of the most dangerous natural processes taking place right now is the melting of glaciers, and its main danger is that we will not see the consequences of this phenomenon in the next few days or months, but in a few decades, mankind will inevitably feel all its negative effects. Glaciers are the reserves of fresh water and regulator of the climate of the entire planet. From the amount of melted ice comes a proportional dilution of fresh salt water. This in turn greatly affects humidity and air temperature in all seasons, rainfall, and other natural factors. What causes glaciers to melt? The answer is simple: the planet is heating up. The warming comes from the emission of greenhouse gases that enter the atmosphere from human emissions. In addition, climate change from other causes warming the planet. These are deforestation, flowing, large-scale reclamation, mining, burning fossil fuels, military operations, and various chemical industries. Human activity disturbs the natural balance. Various harmful compounds enter the oceans, atmosphere, and soils. Dozens of times more than they appear in the weathering of rocks and volcanoes. Glacial retreat leads to climate change, rising sea levels, water supply crisis, and geological risks. In everyday life, we are already experiencing the manifestation of these processes as well. Winters in northern regions have become warmer, while in southern regions, abnormal snowfalls are now often a great problem. Summer also brings surprises previously unknown to the population and wildlife of different regions. For example, encephalitic ticks, previously common only in southern regions and central Russia, have now reached the far north and have become a serious threat to the residents of Arhangelsk and Murmansk regions. But in the polar regions, due to changes in ocean currents which provide climatic balance, polar bears and other Arctic animals have lost their usual centuries-old rhythm, and they simply do not have enough snow now. It is important to understand another point. The glacier is a reflector of solar energy. Ice is white, so it reflects nearly 98% of the sun's energy back into space. When the ice melts, it is replaced by an ocean, which has a dark hue that absorbs heat. Because of this, the planet heats up even faster, and you get a vicious circle. We may reach a point of no return when we simply can't go to change anything. If we don't stop today, future generations will face very serious troubles. Failure of the nature balance will cause an increase in tsunamis, earthquakes, floods, and other natural disasters. Because of the melting of the ice, the level of the world's oceans will rise. This will lead to the flooding of coastal areas where approximately 19% of the world's population now lives. The rising levels will kill many plants and animals that are not adapted to the new life. People will develop diseases that can lead to death. Scientists are sure that dangerous viruses exist in permafrost areas, both new and old. But the melting of glaciers is still a slow process, and the task of humanity is to prevent it from accelerating. We have the knowledge and the capabilities to do this. But in doing so, many industrial corporations need to compromise their profits somewhat, and the leaders of all countries need to worry not about political victories, but about environmental safety.